Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Cayla. Today I'm going to be making my amazing turkey spaghetti. So I just started with some onions in the pan and some oil. So I just chopped them up and put in some oil and started them on high heat. I forgot to show you guys like the steps of me putting in the oil and seasoning them with salt, pepper, and garlic salt. But it's an easy step. You just chop them up and put them all in there with the oil and seasoning, and you just like keep stirring them. Now I'm going to season my turkey with some salt and some pepper, and then last but not least, season it with some garlic salt. Then I'm going to kind of rearrange my onions here. I'm going to just like push them all to the sides so that when I put the meat in, it's going right on to the bottom of the pan, but I'm still cooking my onions also because we want them to be really, really soft when it gets to the sauce part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the meat over right onto the seasoned side, and then I did the same thing to my second pound of turkey, so they're each 1 pound each, and I'm going to now season the other side. So again, it is salt, pepper, garlic salt. I just took the other part of the mixture and mixed it all together. So now I'm just pressing it down so that it hits the pan and it starts to brown, because at the point of this, I just really want it to be nice and caramelized. So we're gonna let it sit there for quite a while, probably about, I want to say like 5 minutes. And you'll see it start to get a little bit, not pink on the outsides, and that's how you know that it's ready to be flipped, when it starts to like just bubble a lot, and you feel like you want to stir the onions but you can't, and yeah, so now we are just going to cut it. We're going to cut the turkey so it's easier to flip over directly onto the side that's not cooked, but I'm having a little bit of struggles because I have to go around the camera and try and like flip it in awkward ways. So you can see that it's nice and caramelized at the bottom, my favorite. I'm just gonna keep on doing that for the rest, and then we're gonna cook this side only for a little bit because it's pretty much like cooked, but obviously not because it's still pink. Press it down to where it gets all in the onion juices and then try and chop it up. But then I realized that this is definitely not the tool to chop up my turkey. I always use my meat chopper, and I am just going to completely chop up all the turkey until it becomes like little ground pieces, almost like tacos. I just like using this because it's way faster. And this will now cook a lot faster too, being in small little pieces. It'll start to soak up all the onion juices, and then you'll know it's ready when it's not pink anymore. So I'm just gonna keep on chopping it up until I see that there's no pink, and I am not gonna stop until that happens. So now I see that there's no pink, and I'm going to give it one last stir, and you can see that the meat just absorbed in all those onion juices, and the onions are super soft to where you can't even really tell that they're even there. It just adds a ton of flavor. But now we're going to go into making the sauce part. So you are going to take Hunt's tomato paste, and I use a butter knife to kind of loosen it around the edges and take it out with a butter knife, because otherwise it will not come out if you just try to pour it. Did 2 of those, and it's like obviously not going to go anywhere. So we are filling both of those same cans up that we just put in there, and we are going to pour some water in there. So we filled those up one time, and now we're going to fill them up for a second time, and you can see that each time it gets more clear. So we're also getting all the rest of the tomato paste out of the can by doing this also. We did that 3 times, so a total of 6 cans of water. And now we are going to put in our packet of spaghetti mix. We are going to use Lawry's spaghetti mix, 2 of them also. So I'm just going to put them both in with the water, the tomato paste, all basically one pot. I should call this one pot spaghetti, but no, not technically, because you still gotta make the noodles in a different pot. Okay, but anyways, now we're going to stir in all the ingredients all together, but it's kind of hard to stir in the tomato paste because it's so thick, so you kind of have to like do like a little whisking motion in order for it to like really get in there. You don't want to like keep on stirring it the other way because it'll get all over, especially if you still have it on high heat. It'll start popping at you, and that is no fun. So it looks like our sauce is almost done, but we have to have our secret ingredient, ketchup. I know it sounds really weird, but trust me, it is so bomb. It makes it sweet, and you can barely even tell that it's ketchup. It just makes it so good. Trust me, you'll love it. So we're just going to stir that in, and make sure you stir it in really well. Sometimes it separates. Even if it does, it just like stirs right back in. So we are just going to put the lid on and wait for it to simmer for about 30 minutes. And while that is happening, we are going to make our noodles. So I just have in here a pot of water, and then it magically started boiling. No, I'm just kidding, I fast forwarded it too. It is boiling now. Well, it always is important to wait for your water to boil before you put the noodles in. So I am putting all of my spaghetti noodles in, and I break them. I get like bundles of them and break them in half because it's like kind of hard to eat spaghetti just like in super long noodles. It just like gets all over your face and is messy. Well, I don't know about you, but that's what happens to me. So to break them in half, it's not too short of noodles, like kid size, but it's perfect just for me. So I just break them all in half, and also it fits in the pot, which is awesome. So I just broke them in half, and I have to do it a lot of times because I can't break more than like, I don't know, 10 spaghetti noodles at one time. So I just put them in the boiling water for about 13 to 14 minutes. I like mine cooked a little bit more than al dente. Al dente has it like where it's like kind of chewy still. I like mine like soft but not soggy, if that makes sense. So my noodles are all done. They are amazing and ready to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and strain them and run some hot water over them. You don't wanna do cold because then they'll stick together. So you just wanna run hot water over them, and we are ready to almost eat. I'm so excited. So we have our noodles in our bowl, and then now we have our sauce that has been simmering for 30 minutes, and now it's that deep red meat sauce, and it's just so good with that toast. And we're all done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.